Hello to anyone entering the live chat. Hello. We've got some news coming up for you. I'm just setting up. As usual, I'm not taking any guests or requests for, I don't know, paired streaming or anything like that, or battles, I think they call it. I'm not doing anything like that, just so you know. This is just a roundup of the week's news that I find interesting. You might like it. I hope you do. If you don't, get to another stream. Can you hear me on YouTube? Anyone talking on YouTube? Can anyone hear me? How are you doing all? Are you all having a good Saturday? Thank you, Terence. Thank you for letting me know you can hear me. Thank you. I appreciate it. In fact, Terence, you get a round of applause. I'll turn that up just a smidge so you can hear it. Round of applause for you, Terence. Thank you very much. So I'm just waiting till 12:30 and then I will get on with the news that has intrigued me this week, that has drawn me out of my comfort zone and pushed me into the world of online debate and nonsense. And it's I've got to say, it's been a good week for news. It's 26 is not disappointing so far. Nice little backing music, gets me bopping along. I hope it gets you bopping along too. What's everyone been up to on their Saturdays? Feel free to leave comments in the comment section of what you've been up to. Less than a minute to go now, and then I will dive into the news and we'll go through it together. We can experience this together. We can learn together. Okay, let's just go. Let's go for it. So, welcome to DPR News. Welcome to Not the Evening News. It's called Not the Evening News because I originally wanted to do this sort of news program, this news podcast, this news sort of session, whatever you want to call it. I was going to do this in the evening, but then discovered that it doesn't really fit with my my schedule, my calendar. So I moved it to 12:30s, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, but just because it's more convenient for me. And I'm that kind of div, you know. I'm that kind of arsehole. So it suits me down to the ground. I hope that it suits you too. I hope that you're tuning in to enjoy the news that I disperse, rather than lefties joining in to slate me and slag me off. Not that I don't mind that, you know, they come out with some funny nonsense, but I'd rather have people that actually appreciate my time. So 12:30, let's get on with it. This is Dick Payne reporting for DPR News, and this is Not the Evening News. Let's all get a round of applause. Oh, let's cheer. Is everyone excited?
Awesome!
everyone excited. It doesn't seem to be giving me much audio on the on the sound effects at all. But there you go, sod it. It's apparently it doesn't want to play today. So let's let it be. You know, I'm not going to try forcing it.
Work soundboard. Work now. Do as I say.
I'm not all going to go Keir Starmer on it, you know, threaten to arrest it if it doesn't work. It's very quiet. I don't know why. Why is it so quiet? Is it just me? Is it just me that's hearing it quietly? Yeah, I guess you can hear it a little bit, can't you? Right, so first port of call, let's do this. We have Dr. Rhonda Garrard on X, who has said, sorry if this is anti-Semitic, but I don't think 1 week old Palestinian babies should freeze to death. Well, I'm sick of seeing these kind of tweets and these kind of posts that people are putting out there for one reason alone. Go along onto Google weather app or any app that gives you the weather, and then put in Palestine or Gaza or anywhere like that, and it will show you that it's between 16 and 20 degrees right now. So I don't think there's many babies and children and 1 week old. I don't think they're freezing to death out there. What's more likely is that it's propaganda. Just hear me out. It could be, you know, that it's just propaganda. Palestinians are trying to get a little bit of sympathy for freezing to death, but they're not. Let's face facts. 99.9% of the videos that are put out online are AI. They're all AI, and most of the people putting those videos out are grifters that want to just extract money from you. And if you give them money, do you know what you're doing? This will shock you. You're supporting Hamas. That's what you're doing by giving Palestinians money. You are supporting Hamas. I can assure you there are no children, no people at all. There aren't even kittens. Kittens can even freeze to death in temperatures between 16 and 20 degrees. So what you're seeing online with those videos is just AI slop. That's it. So I hope you understand why that's infuriating to some people, including myself. Let's all get real and move on from this. Can we, please? Can we? Probably not. You know, there's always going to be someone out there saying free Palestine, and you just think to yourself, you're a moron, basically. There you go. In case you didn't catch my morning news this morning, we have Sophie Turner, who has been selected to play Lara Croft from the Tomb Raider games. And I've got to say, I'm actually very excited for this, purely because she actually fits the part. She looks like Lara Croft. She's British, so she's already got the accent. I think the Amazon, I believe it is, have actually hit a home run with this one. Well done. It's not often that I actually give praise to Amazon or Netflix or anything like that. But I do have to say, in this instance, fair play to them. They've genuinely hit the nail on the head and cast someone that absolutely suits the part down to the ground. So well done, Amazon. When I first heard that they were doing a Tomb Raider series, I thought to myself, oh man, this is going to be horrendous. And just thought, there's no way I'm watching this. I'll catch a few movie critics such as Disparu or Critical Drinker. I'll just catch them doing a review on it because they more often than not, I prefer watching that than the actual series or movie itself, because they're funny. They take the mick out of it all the way through, and it's absolutely what these production companies deserve. Because most of what they produce now is just slop. It really is. So I'm genuinely impressed. I'm genuinely happy with this. And I hope that this is a taste of things to come in the future with Amazon Prime. And I just hope they keep up with this to cast people that actually look like the people they're supposed to be portraying. You know, it's rare that happens. So well done to them. David Vance has said BBC are now claiming street protests in Iran have died out, and that this was an economic uprising. The mullah's little helpers are broadcasting helpers in broadcasting help. So yeah, everyone knows, literally everyone knows that the riots in Iran are because they have an Islamic State that's governing them. They have Sharia law and everything in place that they have to live under. Women have to wear a burqa or have to wear a kafia, I believe it's called. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, they've had enough of it. They've absolutely had enough of it, and they are now in an uprising. They're getting rid of the government that's in place currently, and they want to bring back the king of Iran. So they want to bring back a king to rule over them, rather than having this Islamic regime that just oppresses and forces them to live a way that they don't want to. You may not know this, but Iran is actually a Christian majority country, much like Britain is. So it'd be no different than Muslims installing Sharia law and a Muslim government in this country. So you know, if you ask me, that is in the cards for Britain anyway. We are heading that way, but you know, speak to an Iranian. They've lived through it. They've dealt with it, and now they're uprising against it. So well done to them. I salute them 100%, and I support them 100%. Well done to the Iranians and the Persians in Iran that are taking their country back from a tyrannical Islamic State terrorist group. Frankly, they are a terrorist group. Much like Hamas. You know, everyone knows about Hamas now. Back in my day, it was ISIS. You know, in another 10 years' time, it will be relabeled something else, and it will be in Europe, and it will be European countries that are fighting against Islamic takeover. We're already seeing that in Britain. It's really sad, but you know, it happens. That is Islam at its core. Conquer. That's what they want to do. A Romanian fugitive wanted for sex trafficking offences has been arrested by the National Crime Agency. 46-year-old Manix Lakatsu, I can't say that, was detained by specialist forces from the agency National Extradition Unit, the NEU, in the Shirley Road area of Southampton of Wednesday 14th. Investigations by the NCA and Romanian partners identified that Lakatusu had been living in the UK for several years under a number of different aliases to evade detection. So this all plays into what I've said before, that criminals throughout the world now, you know, throughout the Middle East anyway, they see Britain now as a safe haven. We don't do any checks when they come into the country. We don't you know, we don't ask them any questions. It's literally just come in and do what you want in Britain. And they see this as a safe haven. It's so obvious, it's so clear. and they love it, frankly. So you've got a guy there who has been a criminal in Romania, and he's instead of facing his consequences of his actions, instead of taking the punishment that they've dished out to him in court legally within Romania, he simply said, "Nope, I'll go across to England and I'll live life there, and just get away with everything." And that's how criminals see Britain now, just a safe haven where they can live free from any justice, free from any rules, and yeah, it is what it is. Okay, okay. Girl falls in. This is a nice story for a change. Just for a change, we'll have a nice story. A couple fell in love after a girl pays £1,300 to fly 3,500 miles from New York to Manchester for a first date in Wetherspoons. That is incredible. Just imagine talking to a girl online and saying to her, do you want to meet up for a drink at some point? And she says, well, yeah, but I'm from New York. Where are you from? And you say Manchester, Britain. And she says, yeah, okay, I'll get a plane ticket and I'll fly across to you, and I'll come and see you. Just well done to that woman. That is dedication to finding a partner. That is true dedication. I wouldn't do that for anyone. £1,300 and 3,500 miles from New York to Manchester. She flew just for a first date. I wouldn't do that for anyone at all, ever. No, absolutely not happening. I mean, just for Jesus, not for a first date. That is incredible. You don't even know if you like this person, this person that you've been talking to online in person. And what if he hadn't have turned up? What if he had have just ghosted her? Halfway through flight, he just drops all of his accounts and just goes quiet and just doesn't bother responding again. So I'm genuinely fascinated by this woman for committing so much to a first date, and genuinely well done to her. We have disgraced West Midlands police chief retires after Israeli fan ban row. So if you haven't looked into this at all, if you haven't heard about this at all, this is West Midlands Police Chief Constable Craig Guildford. Now, he's been allowed to retire from his post as Chief Constable in West Midlands, even though he admitted he was terrified of the Islamic people, the Muslims in the West Midlands, rising up against the police. And so what they did is they just bowed down to them, did everything the Muslims wanted them to do. They did. And I believe this is the guy as well who actually created fake AI videos of the Tel Aviv football fans running amok and being aggressive. He created fake videos of them doing such things so that he could justify banning them from coming to Birmingham to watch Tel Aviv play. That is despicable. That is absolutely disgusting. He should be disgraced. He should be, frankly, kicked out of the country. He should not be able to walk the streets. I can imagine there will be a lot of people, if he's seen out in public, that will want to have a quick word with him. I know for a fact that I would, if I saw him walking up the street, I'd like to go over to him and let him know how I feel about his actions. Music's gone off for some reason. Can't tell you why. Maybe that's just the end of a song. I'm not sure. It's the first time. Yeah, sorry, that wasn't the end of a song. It's the first time using my laptop today for the music in the background. Usually I've got it plugged into another phone. I do have 3 phones now. So it's the first time I'm using it Bluetooth through the laptop. And I'm expecting problems. This laptop has not been the best of friends to me during my streams. But it seems to be doing okay. I don't know. Yes, so West Midlands Police, they are garbage, basically. If you didn't already know, then you know now. We have migrants. This is a GB News update, and it's a GB News exclusive, actually. And it says that migrants are responsible for 80% of all train theft arrests. New data shows 80%. 80%. That is incredible. 80%, man. I know I keep saying it, but I'm just trying to hammer it into my own head and sort of, you know, work along what that means. 80% of all train theft arrests. So if you're on a train and you're surrounded by 100 people and 80% of them are migrants, there's a very high chance that you are going to get mugged. If you're if we immediately deported all migrants, we would cut train theft arrests by 80%. That is incredible. That is ridiculous. But then, you know, we could slash it, or we can just cheer them on. You know, I'm going to have to be the first one here to just say the police that operate on trains, believe me, the country is just laughing at you. You are absolutely useless. So we have Lincoln elections cancelled ahead of once in a generation transformation. Lincoln elections cancelled ahead. Okay, it's just reading that out twice. Okay, let's click on this. Let's see what's happening in Lincoln. The council says it's a money saver. Critics call it a tragic end. So Lincoln County Council, City of Lincoln Council, are saying, hey, let's save some money, shall we? Let's not let you have a voice. That's how we're going to save money. And it appears to me that a lot of Lincoln people are just mad as hell about this. I'd be mad as hell about this, frankly. In fact, I am a bit mad at this. The elections are scheduled to take place in May. They will be cancelled to focus shifts to establishing a new authority. So this is a Labour-run council in Lincoln, isn't it? And we all know why they're cancelling these elections. It's no secret. It's not like they're hiding it well, and it's not like anyone is believing the nonsense that they put out there for why they're cancelling them. It's simple. They don't want to lose power. They don't want to lose seats to reform, which they know they're going to, especially in Lincolnshire. Lincolnshire, it generally is a very, well, not very, but quite a right-wing county, I would say. It's funny in a way. You know, it's a laugh or cry situation, and I've definitely made my choice. I will laugh at it all day long, and then go and grab a beer. That's pretty much how I deal with it. Cheers. Okay, we have so somebody has found a video of Robert Jenrick, and they've leaked the audio of it, and it shows Robert Jenrick blasting Nigel Farage and Reform UK, and he's said to, he has said, and I quote, Nigel Farage can't even run a five-a-side team, so he's not going to be able to run a country. They are not a serious party. That is what Robert Jenrick said. And now he's in that party. He's part of that party. So let's get some applause for Robert Jenrick, who has absolutely done a 180 on himself. To be honest, I like Robert Jenrick, but I don't know if I trust him as a politician. I like some of the things he did. For instance, with the underground and the trains and things. I think he did a few videos about people just jumping barriers and things like that. And I liked that. That was good of him to do. However, it's with all conservatives, it's just too little, too late. I would never vote conservatives again, and I'm second guessing reform now because they are quickly becoming conservatives 2.0. It's true what people are saying. They are just they are jumping ship from conservatives to reform, not because they believe in reform's values more than they do the conservatives. But what's more likely is they know that the conservatives are going down, they have no future, and so they're jumping a sinking ship to the nearest lifeboat that they think can get into power, which of course is reform. So I've got my kind of second thoughts now about Reform UK. I have heard rumours that Ben Habib has said that he will join Rupert Lowe if Rupert Lowe creates a political party. And I've heard mumblings that Rupert Lowe is actually creating a party or has already set up a political party. But the thing is, I don't really believe such things until I actually see the registration and the MPs, councillors and things for that new political party. Because without MPs, without councillors, you have nothing. You have yourself opposing the political norm, and there's nothing you can do because you don't have enough people. You can't have an army of one, let's put it that way. And Rupert Lowe at the moment, although he will get a lot of attention, and I believe he truly has Britain in his heart, without some people backing him, he's got nothing. But I hope that changes. I genuinely hope Rupert Lowe climbs the ladder, and I hope he does form a party that will equal reform and then overtake them and absolutely shock the system. But we'll have to wait and see, unfortunately. We've got plenty of time, though, so I don't think there's any rush. I don't think Rupert Lowe and Ben Habib are sitting there thinking, oh, God, we've got to get on this. They've got plenty of time. So on August 11th, 2025, a 16-year-old Ukrainian refugee, Liana, living in Germany, was waiting for a train. While speaking on the phone to her grandfather, she was pushed onto the tracks in front of a train to her death by a 31-year-old Iraqi invader. Why? No one knows. Today, German authorities deemed the invader unfit to stand trial, and so he will see no jail time. So this is a guy that shouldn't have been here in the first place, pushing a 16-year-old innocent girl to her death, and he will see no jail time. Why is he unfit to stand trial? No one knows. It's the same old mental health issue, isn't it? That is the first, if I ever get arrested again, that is the first thing I'm going to say, mental health issues. Get out of here, you scamp. That's what they'll say, No matter what I do, no matter what I've done, that is what I'll do. Okay. We have multi-faith space has been has been shared online by the NHS, and they're bragging about this. We've got new multi-faith spaces in hospitals, in the NHS, where you can go and practice your faith. and pray and be happy in this multi-faith space. However, in every picture, there are no crucifixes, no icons of Christ, no Buddhas, no Torah scrolls, no incense or candles, and no women allowed in. Why would that be? Well, they're prayer mats in there, and they're basically Islamic rooms. They are Muslim rooms, so Muslims can go and pray away from women, which would be a funny thing to add in there. But if you understand Islam as I do, then it makes perfect sense. So the NHS doesn't have multi-faith spaces. What they have is Islamic prayer rooms in all hospitals now. Well done. At least be honest about it, eh? And another cheer for them. Well done. Well done. We have a child predator who has pulled the race card. So this guy went to meet up with a child for promiscuous activity, shall we say. And when he was confronted, obviously it wasn't a child that he was speaking to, it was a predator catcher. And when they confronted him and said, you know, as they do, I'm sure we've all seen those videos, when they confronted him and said, what the hell are you doing here? Why have you been talking to this girl or guy, what you believe to be an underage girl or guy? What the hell are you doing? He simply said, you don't like me because I'm black. There you go. That sums up Britain, you know. Get caught for doing something you really should not be doing, and you can simply turn around and say, hey, I'm a minority. You can't do anything. My minority card is superior to your nonce card that you're trying to enforce upon me. What is the solution to this? Well, if you listen to Keir Starmer, then it's to keep quiet about it and let them get on with it. Let these nonces, you know, talk to your children and do things with your children. That is what Keir Starmer wants, the wanker. So we have a British woman receives Islamist death threats for supporting girls in Afghanistan. She is removed from a UK race for safety. So why wasn't she protected while the police hunt down and arrest the disgusting men who threatened to behead her? Are they still at large? Absolutely, they are still at large. Nothing has been done to them. What do you think this is? What kind of country do you think this is? Of course, they're still at large. So a woman has shown support for girls in Afghanistan, and she's just had death threats, you know. So yeah, she's showed solidarity with women from another country, and the police have basically said, yeah, you basically have to put up with that, you know. If these men want to go at you and confront you and tell you that they're going to behead you because you're sticking up for women in their country, then, you know, that's their right to. You have no right to criticize them for doing so. Again, welcome to Britain. So this is a bit of a funny story here. I am not going to say that this is fact. I'm not going to say that this is 100% true. This is just a story that popped up and I thought it was funny. Whether it's true or not, you know, I've not looked into it any further because it's ridiculous. Men who claim to be women are inserting frozen tomato paste into their bums. They're inserting frozen tomato paste up their asses, and then they let it melt and sort of dribble back out in order to mimic a period. So men who want to be women are now mimicking periods by inserting frozen tomato paste into their asses, and then they let it dribble out so that they can say, I'm on my period, hang on, so that they can say,
oh my god, I'm on my period. Oh, my stomach hurts and I've got food cravings that I don't really understand. Oh, I'm in such a bad mood. Anyone help me? Help! I've got blood pouring out of my bum hole.
And that's what they're doing. You know, that sounds. I mean, do you know what? It's one of those things. If you're not hurting anyone, then do it. You know, I genuinely don't mind. If that's what you want to do, if that's what's fun to you, then go ahead, as long as you're not hurting anyone else. I just find that really weird and funny as a person. You know, whether you're a girl or a guy, whether you're gay, straight, trans, you know, whatever you are, you've got to admit that's a bit weird. It's no matter how you look at it, it's not a real period. So why do it? It doesn't make sense to me. But there you go. So Sadiq Khan has blamed the rise in shoplifting on too many shops. Yes, you heard me right. Sadiq Khan has said that shoplifting is on the rise because there's too many shops. He thinks there should be less shops. I'm going to leave that with you just for a second to sink in. Too many shops. Even though shops are shutting down left, right, and centre everywhere, not just in London, shops are shutting down left, right, and centre. So he may well get his wish and see fewer shops that less people are able to steal from. Again, let's give him an awesome, well done. Again, awesome, Sadiq Khan, well done, you fucking moron. Okay, and then we have we have Lucy Connolly has been warned she could be returned to prison over recent social media posts. It's insane we have to live like this, worried about what we post online. The UK does not have free speech. And that is from Basil the Great. And he is absolutely right. We do not have free speech in this country. I'm happy to talk about this kind of stuff. But I do understand that there is a chance that the police will be knocking at my door at some point in the near future. The only difference is I don't care. Fuck off, police. So Lucy Connolly, who has recently said that she might be running for MP, not MP, for a local councillor of a local area, or it could have been MP actually of a local area. Best of luck to her. I don't think she should get into that position specifically because of what happened to her. I absolutely agree that she shouldn't have gone to prison for what she said online. And I don't think she should be sent back to prison regardless of what she said. Let's face it, she's probably just criticised Keir Starmer. And now the police want to arrest her again, put her back inside. And that they probably will, let's face it. Katie Price fans are worried about her health. And some calling for her to be sectioned for her own safety. So this is like the Britney Spears case all over again, isn't it? Britney Spears went a bit off the rails and all of her fans were saying, you know, do the right thing here. Let's get her sectioned until she's talking sense and until she's acting normally again. I mean, yeah, she does look stick thin, Katie Price, and she does have a lot of problems at the moment. I know that a lot of stuff has just been taken off her. I believe her house has just been taken off of her because of debts that she's not been paying. So she's not in a good way. Should she be sectioned though? I mean, I can't say. I have not assessed her. But yeah, I agree. She does look scary thin. And yeah, I mean, she might just think she looks good like that. There are plenty of women out there that will starve themselves to look appealing to men, or that want to be models and things like that. This is nothing new. Of course, it's sad that it happens, but it happens nonetheless. The thing that I don't understand is, even when it comes to modeling, they usually use a stick-thin woman that's too thin. What is wrong with having models that are just healthy, a healthy size? Again, I'm going to turn to Sophie Turner here. Sophie Turner is fine. She's a good sized woman. She's not underweight. She's not overweight. She's absolutely fine. Amelia Clark. Yeah, good healthy women there. So why don't they promote just having a bit of weight, a bit of healthy weight, a bit of healthy fat? There's nothing wrong with that. Your body needs it. Your body craves it. And if you're constantly starving it, bad things happen, particularly in the bathroom. A family whose farm was targeted by burglars twice in the same week want to see greater police presence in their village. Yeah, good luck with that. That won't happen. And even if you did have greater police presence, they do nothing anyway. So you're on your own, mate. To be fair. Daniel Mackman, 27, says support for victims of agricultural crime is diabolical after her grandparents' property in Waplow Drove was raided twice last week. Balaclava-clad burglars stole motocross equipment, diesel and trailer from the elderly couple's property. The theft was recorded on their CCTV system. Owner and parish councillor Stephen Mackman has lived in the village with his wife for 58 years and says crime has never been a problem during that time. And then some invaders moved in. Oh, this does make me laugh because I've been saying this for such a long time. All these lovely country villages and towns that have had no impact by the invasion whatsoever. Labour did say at the beginning of their term that they were going to be jumping into Operation Scatter. Operation Scatter is to scatter invaders across the UK. So if you have no invaders in your village, in your town yet, believe me, they are coming to you. And you will find, like Mr. Daniel Mackman, that you can't leave things unchained anymore outside. You can't leave your door unlocked anymore. That is a thing of the past. That is something that happens and exists in a high trust society with strong community. That's where that exists. We neither have a strong trust society anymore, and our communities, our local communities, have absolutely tanked. They do not exist anymore either. So you are on your own, and the police are definitely not going to help you. Anything that you have that you leave outside, do it now. Just chain it up or just bring it inside, put it in a garage, and just try and protect it as much as you can. But ultimately, if they want it, they're probably going to get it. Nothing you can do about it, my friend. Already done that. So I'm just skipping through some stories now because I've added them throughout the week, and then we've had updates on those stories. Obviously, there's no point in me reporting on stories that have had updates that I've already gone through, because I'm going back through old news that I've already updated on new news earlier on. So female prisoners who are virgins must be raped before execution to prevent them from entering heaven. This has been said by Hussein Ali Montazeri, a 17-year-old cleric who had been for 10 years designated successor of Khomeini, the supreme leader of the theocratic regime in Iran. So this is from one of the Iranian leaders that the people are rising up against right now. And that was his sort of take on how women should be treated. Should they do something wrong in life, they should be raped before execution to prevent them going into heaven. And people are wondering why the Iranians are having an uprising. Absolutely incredible. Yeah, that is absolutely incredible. I am disgusted by that. But you know, the left will still back these people. They'll still say, like the BBC did, that the riots in Iran aren't a revolution. They aren't an uprising against their Islamic government. They are what did they call it? They are an economic riot. Who do you believe? Do you believe the Iranians and Persians themselves, or do you believe the BBC and lefty mongs? Up to you. I'm not going to judge. I'm not going to judge whoever you choose to believe. That's your life, not mine. However, I will say I know who I believe. We have data from online platforms that Keir Starmer hasn't attacked, even though he's attacked X online. So if you don't know, Keir Starmer wants to ban X online because people were frankly sharing pictures of him and others in bikinis. That was it. There was just loads of pictures being shared of different MPs in bikinis, mocking them, taking the piss out of them. Yeah, we're British. That's basically what we do. So Keir Starmer went on the attack and said, you know, we've got to protect the children, and X is a cesspit of, you know, child pornography being shared on X, which we all know is a lie. I'm on X. I have never seen any kind of pornography at all, actually, let alone child pornography. But what's interesting here, the story is, what's interesting is that somebody has put, the police have put together data that shows that X is actually least likely platform for child sexual offences. So that's the one that Keir Starmer attacked because it affected him. But when it comes to actual data from the police, he doesn't want to know. So let's look into this data, shall we? So we have Snapchat at 54%, a whopping 54%. 54% of all data containing child sexual offences is shared on Snapchat. That's a fact from the police, if you trust the police. With things like this, I don't think there's any reason not to or to trust them. You know, they'll put out stats. But in this case, I can actually believe it. Snapchat is one of the platforms that I actually did away with because all I was getting was young girls sending me a message saying, you know, oh, I come across your platform, your profile, and I'd love to get to know you. And you know instantly that it's a scam, that it's like OnlyFans or something like that, you know. So yeah, I can vouch for this, that Snapchat is horrendous for sharing sexual images, not only of children but of just people in general. But let's carry on. So Snapchat is 54%, Instagram 11%, Facebook 7%, WhatsApp 6 to 9%. And then X, the one that Keir Starmer went after, that is at 1%. Now, why would Keir Starmer go after X, knowing that it's actually the safest platform for a child to be on? Well, because a few people shared images of him in a bikini. That's not petulant at all, Keir Starmer. Again, let's give you an awesome for doing a terrible job. Good stuff. France bans 10 right-wing activists. Let's give it the old quotation marks. France bans 10 right-wing activists, unofficial border force from France for stopping the boats. So I believe this is with regards to Danny Tomo and his sort of crew. They went across to France and found a load of boats, the dinghies, that were being prepped for migrants to come over to England on. So what they did is they started going around to these dinghies that they found and just destroying the engines, just cutting any rubber pipes or anything, draining petrol out of it, taking out spark plugs or anything like that, so that they couldn't use them to get across to England. And people just said, yes, finally people are doing something to stop the dinghies coming over to Britain from France. So what did the French government do? They banned them from France. Now, I do believe that Danny Tomo is recruiting people to go across to France, because obviously France can't ban everyone, can they? So he's recruiting other people that aren't banned, and they'll go across to France and continue the mission. I will think about doing this, genuinely, because, yeah, I never go to France. I won't go to France because it's a country that has been taken over. If you walk around in Paris, it is absolutely disgusting. It genuinely is. And I see no point in going there. I will never go there again. But having said that, if there was a chance that I could go there and just destroy a few of these boats that the migrants are looking to come over here on, then yeah, I genuinely would consider that. In fact, after this live stream, I might even send Danny Tomo a DM and just say, hey brother, can I get across to France with your crew, with the gang, and we'll pop some boats. We'll destroy some engines. It'll be great fun. We'll have a laugh. We'll bond. We'll have a few pints, and best friends for life, and all that jazz. So we have Eva Vlaardingerbroek. Has been banned from the UK after she criticised UK Keir Starmer, Prime Minister, on X. So again, this is another story that just shows Keir Starmer's petulant nature. So what is she? I think she's Danish, Anyway, she's a European girl that basically went on X and said, Prime Minister Keir Starmer, he's a bit of a knob and he's a bit of a dickhead. And Keir Starmer responded by banning her from the country. Now, she was not applying to come to the country. She was not planning to come to Britain in any shape. She had no plans to come to Britain, She just got a random letter saying, hey, you're banned from Britain. Brilliant. It's fantastic. All because she just slagged off Keir Starmer. Well done to her. And Keir Starmer, again, you should absolutely be ashamed of yourself. You are not my Prime Minister. You are a petulant little child. You are a man boy. Well, I think that'll just about do it. I think I've said enough now to get myself arrested, and I shall probably write letters to you all in prison in the near future. But thank you for listening. To anyone that stayed in here for the full 51 minutes that we've been going for, I absolutely salute you. I appreciate you. I consider you a friend now. Let's go and get a pint. Let's do this, you know. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Again, let's have a round of applause for the people that have stayed in throughout the whole stream. Thank you. And I hope you'll join me again for another stream where we attempt to get me arrested. Woohey! Have a good Saturday. Goodbye.